Welcome to another Schematics session from the beautiful mountains of Panama. Today, I want to talk to you about the pressure increase, all challenges are opportunities to build strength, diamonds under pressure, deep within the coal vein. It's those of you who have gone through incredible challenges already, are going through incredible challenges right now, that can step up to the larger plate of larger challenges coming up here in the road of righteousness, which illuminates as you walk it. Those of us here on this channel likely came to this channel walking that path a great distance already, and this is one of the things that illuminated on that journey, which is the destination. The journey is the destination. What exact journey are you going on right now? What journey could you be going on right now? Are we concerned with things that we cannot control, with conflicts that are not our own, with imaginary evils and imaginary rewards and fake promises? Have we done the inventory and critical analysis of our lives to proceed super much more smarter and at a deeper, depthier operational level? Have we done the work to have the best result, to have the incredibly artistic expression that we're supposed to have if we're walking our destiny path? What's walking your destiny path? Finding the truth, working with the truth, expressing truthfully. Because in this club right here, we've baby boo-boo step learned, baby step one learned, that from the baseline going up, we're cultivators. We're not control freaks. That's on the negative end of the spectrum. We're not lying, deceiving. We realize the consequences of these things for those that we're lying to and for ourselves. The liars, they ruin their lives worse than anyone else. And even if it looks like they've gained significantly, have they really? If they gained it in that way, how you do it is who you are. The letters are just changed. If they gained in that way, is that truly their fullest potential? Is that their highest self? Did they really win if they did something shady? Because you can win without doing anything shady. In fact, I won't even open a liquor store or a casino, or there's no win-lose needed. It's all win-win. There's so many win-wins out here. What do you need a win-lose for? Why would you deceive someone or be deceived by someone? That's a less authentic life. All right, now that we've covered that, we are moving in. Timing is everything in the fight of life. We are moving into some expressly important times. While every generation has had their doomsday club, which is sort of mentally not sound, right? See, my story is I went out to nature for years, got rid of the phone, said F humans, look at these beautiful botanical and crazy construct of thriving life over here everywhere. Why would I want anything to do with any of this other stuff? Yes, I'll be doing counter magic, right? I'll be doing some counter magic here. Woo! Oh. Freaked me out for a minute there. But we're going to keep going. I'm going to leave that in, even though we're clear to start. Because sometimes you get going down the right path, or the wrong path, excuse me, and you got to just back up a little bit and course correct. And that's okay. You know, you don't have to be superficially out here perfect while you've got all kinds of shade back here that you're covering up all the time. Don't even start with that. Don't even start with that. All right. Be your authentic self. Be true about your flaws and that you're working on them. As long as you're oriented in a growth system and you're growing and you're moving up, you're good. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. That's all you see in nature. Things growing and progressing, you don't really see anything just kind of stagnate. You know, it builds a strong trunk, then it branches out. And if it's got enough character, all kinds of life comes into its branches. You'll notice that. You'll notice real true evil out in the jungle. You'll notice real true goodness. You'll notice the weight in certain words and what's real and what's not. And there's really nothing too fake out there. But it's super challenging. I mean, the jungle gym is 10 levels, 100 levels past the gym. And what takes us to the gym? It's the inner muscle. It's the inner metaphysical energy we really don't have a word for. Mind, soul, control, right? The cultivation, the orientation of one's spirit is of the utmost importance. It's of the utmost importance. No, it's everything. It's everything. Your intentions are everything. If you just intend, if you're clean, you've got no evil schemes, now you're a destiny path, cooperational, because ultimately all distraction and deception are the same word for us going forward. And all distraction comes from programming. It does. It really does. If you were your truest, authentic self, you wouldn't need to prove anything to anybody. You would just be like, you would look across at another Jedi who trains constantly. Flow state to flow state productivity. Ladies and gentlemen, it don't matter what you call me. Once you get near me, you'll start to realize I do more in my day than some of you do in your month. You know, I definitely do more in my day than some of you do in your week. And so one of my weeks is just stomping all up and down one of your, you know, I'm a month and a half ahead of you in 1 week because my days are and that's what it takes. It's not a mathematical thing. Forget mathematics, actually. It's not a mathematical thing. That's a bad term. It's a combination. It's an artistic combination, right? You put too much colors. We've all played with the crayons. You just get black. You put too many ingredients in the soup and bleh, right? But if it's the right, perfect amount of color and mix and shade and which is diverse and complex. It's a complex system, right? Human beings are able to adapt to complex systems, but somehow we've reduced ourselves and we've adapted to very simplistic systems. And some of these people who understand this, besides me, who's, you know, the evil schemers who are not quite as high as me and want to go as pure as me, they're like, oh, wait a minute, I'm a little bit smarter than all the robots, so I'm going to try to control them too. Because I was controlled for a minute. I was stepped on, so I'm going to step on someone else. This guy got stepped on, and he's just like, I'm not stepping on nobody. This guy got stepped on, he's just like, that's the last step that's happening around here. Right? And you know, the one thing that you learn out in the country, son, is that sometimes you'll be out far down the trail and you'll take a fall. And not only is there nobody to help you, but the wolves start circling. And the vultures up in the sky start circling. And you start praying. And the humility comes in. And you just done broke your leg and you don't know how you're going to get out of this. Or you sprain your ankle. Or you're stuck. Or you're trapped. Or something fell on you. Or you woke up and something's already chewing on you. Maybe thousands of things are covered in some diabolical insect that has killed people before. But the solo journey out in nature is not the vision quest, y'all. And we might talk crazy and we might look shabby, right? And you perfectionists may in the suits and ties, you monsters wearing penguin suits and nooses tied around your own necks, the control freaks, just somewhere in the system, of debaucherousness. Well, all lawyers do these crazy tactics. It's just like, no, dude, listen. This is a distraction. All of this is a distraction from your destiny call. That's all it is. All right, and if we're going to operate in truth, right now, all challenges, opportunities to build strength. The only thing you can really do, Candace Owens for president, is either call out deception, serve nature, right? And if you're calling out deception, you're this highly genuine person like me who's just like, yeah, I'm done with the bull. Let's live true. Let's build. Let's cultivate. Let's go up. And that's all you want to do. Oh, wait, what are you crying? Are you complaining? Are you gossiping? Are you injecting drama into this situation? Are you trying to control something? That's it. As my beautiful friend, James Robert James Allen, and he looked like he was a star. And he would, all you gotta do is swerve the turds in this life. That's all you gotta do. But just know that somewhere later in your Jedi journey, there's going to be a turd patty, because once they codepend on each other, they work together. So and that shit, you don't want to be nowhere near that shit. That's how I've really seen all politics, right? But now, and as I said, every generation has their doomsday. But now, no, but really, watch the last Candace Owens show. Watch this little series to become a Jedi discerner of control freaks and people who do not care other than things of themselves. Right? They only care about themselves. They don't care about no one else. They will pollute and confuse and contort and have fun doing it. That will be their purpose in life. Their guiding North Star. Be very, very careful what you choose for that. For me, it's greatness, it's God, it's goodness, it's true people, it's categorization of people who don't make the mark. And that's what we're truly doing. Quantum physically, we're breaking down into all these little, it's just like Bob Marley says, we're all one, love. And we break down into these fragments to sharpen them up, probably disqualify a lot of them, but so that they want to find out which ones take on all challenges as opportunities to build strength and do build strength. And bumps and then there's these other people here that don't build strength. And they become deceivers themselves, the little princesses and princes of deception. They're everywhere. It's a majority population thing now, worldwide. You have to salute. But in the end, we know who wins. We know that we're stronger. We know that a small operational unit of go-getter, tough guys that are honest and valiant will run right through the toxic Avenger herd that has really no substance or character to maintain without, the big devils supporting them and all that kind of. But we're independent, solo journeymen on the vision. We can actually do this deep nature thing. We've been Jedi training with all our challenges as opportunities to build strength for a long time with a lot of different challenges. Good girl. And we obey the seniority, the bars from scars, the experientially diverse individuals. We honor them, the ones that actually have the merit. That means we can discern from deceptive people, and we're not a deceptive person ourselves, and we galvanize in a routine of flow state to flow state productivity and strength building. And we become super true people, and we orientate ourselves to just want to help and just want to support health, support mental health, support, enhance freedom, enhance life. That's it. Enhance free life. If you work in that, if that's your purpose, you're good. Anything that falls short of that, I feel sorry and sad for your soul that, depending on the degree, will be disqualified from the whole, likely. And I am a fan of Chris Langan's the IQ 200 guy theory of everything. I see a lot of that stuff he's talking about out in nature. So I'll put a link to that below. I'll put a link to these musket, no-brainer, nutritional. See, you guys, you got to get carbon activated water filters, 52 pharmaceutical chemicals found consistently across all U.S. cities. There are conspiracies at play here. There is a control grid. There is control freakism at crazy evil levels. Don't get it twisted. I'm not stupid. I know right away that 9/11 was I'm not an idiot. I'm not a stupid person. And I told this to people at this table in Costa Rica one day, and they were looking at me like, well, I definitely have questions, but I'm not ready to say that. Yeah, well, you just don't know what you're looking at. You don't know what time it is, because we're all confused. And I'm wrong. I love Chase Hughes too. He's like, I wrote the PSYOP book, and I still get it. I still get hit. Right? There's things that I uncover that seem new to me, but they've been sitting there forever, and I didn't ever know that I couldn't dissect. And dissection, the direction of dissection isn't always necessarily the direction to be going, and you want to be combinative. You want to work with others, you want to work with nature, you want to put together a nutritional diversity.com diet for yourself, clean your water. You want to definitely be working with the truth. Work with purity, churn for purity. Truth is earned. I'll put a link to the poem by Muhammad Ali about truth below. Truth is living a higher purpose than yourself and becoming excellent from that. And I say these things in the name of Jesus Christ, and I love you, and I love everyone. All I am is love. And, if I give you something hard, it's to give you the grinding stone that I think you might need to sharpen the blade and even get the nicks out. If you accidentally hit some rocks and you got some big nicks, I've got some great tricks for those big nicks. Much love.